This is the video for Friday, September the 17th. The McClellan oscillator now has the bears fighting it out with the bulls with equal amounts of strength that we saw happening in the previous 2 weeks, where the bulls were struggling and being held back. Now the bears are struggling and being held back as well. So what we can expect really, we'll look at the charts and we'll see some indicators showing that what's probably coming is, since the bulls couldn't gain control here and the bulls are having a tough time keeping the bears at bay, it's likely to go down. And the summation index, you can see, has been going down since back here. Don't know the exact date, but if you see when this one dropped here, let's see when the summation index dropped, we had this pullback and then we had the market moving back up again. So we should be expecting to see this kind of a little jagged pullback and then a move higher with the markets, but the charts will tell us where that's going to be. And the Dow Jones, we originally had this green line up here when the Chico span was above the candles, saying that the Chico span really needed to find support at this level, around 35,135. Well, it didn't, and it dropped down, and 1, 2, 3 times it stayed on the 50, but then on Friday it lost the 50. So where we're going to now is the candle either getting support on the bottom of the cloud, or if it goes through the cloud, the Chico span getting support here on the top of the cloud. We should be expecting that to happen. If it goes beyond that, then we have a bigger problem, and we'll address it at that time. But this looks like it's heading in the downward direction. The NASDAQ, similarly, the Chico span is up here. This is its support, and as the days go by, the 50 moves higher, but its inflection is changing, and it's going to run into this green line here, and that's where the 50 and the candles are going to be the ultimate support for the NASDAQ. If it breaks through that, then it's going to the cloud and down to the 50, or the Chico span, and we have more to worry about. But we should be expecting at least a move down to the 50. Where that happens, if it happens down here or up here, remains to be seen, but down is the direction. S&P, down for sure. Look at the Chico span. Support here, almost support here, but what did it actually do? The Chico span actually finished the day right here. Bottom of this candle here is where? Is right at the bottom of this candle, 26 periods back. So we've lost support of the candles, meaning that we're definitely going down to the, we're going to mark that, we're definitely looking at this range right here and that range right there. So those two are going to be support for the S&P. So now we've got all 3 markets pretty much confirmed looking for support. The volatility index shows a steady, bit of jiggling last week, but overall for the week it's going up. So the fear is stepping in. The IBM has lost the support of the 200 on the Chico span, and after staying candle-wise 3 days on the 200, has lost it now. So IBM is going to struggle. Apple, we're going to wait and see how their first weekend of sales was, if Apple chooses to report it. But look where we did get a bounce, exactly on the top of the cloud today. So that's very important. Where is the Chico span? We can get rid of that. The Chico span is right there on the top of that candle. So we have 2 indications that Apple may go up, and that may be also driven by the fact that it may report pretty good sales. Certainly they've sold out of their new light blue model, and delivery is pushed out till early to mid-October on that model, but we haven't heard too much about overall sales for Apple. Caterpillar, just like IBM, another industrial that's struggling. Square caught this support right here, which was the Chico span played around with the 50, but now it's moved upwards. So Square could be heading higher, but the 50 and then the 50 simple moving average stand in the way, and because it's in the cloud, it's going to drift. That's what the prices do in the cloud, is they drift. Now let's take a look overall at the market and look at FinViz and the simple bubble chart. We're looking at all sectors. We're looking at the S&P 500 stocks, and we can see that there wasn't a lot of stocks that did well over the week comparing to the number of stocks that fared badly. Here's one that fared particularly badly, Qualcomm, and my old employer, Thermo Fisher. I was with Fisher Scientific for many years, actually having a great week. So that was probably earnings. But overall, this is just telling you that the market didn't do very well last week. I think it's pretty safe to say that these candles in the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P show us that we're going to pull back in this third week of September. People did predict, September's a bad month generally for stocks, and that's what we're seeing.